wants to play again. Hey y'all, thanks for joining me for Unique Truth. I am Char J. First I want to give shout out to my theme music. My son, Young Ryder the Godfather, he did my theme music. Okay, so if you need some theme music, might want to check him out. He's on Facebook, YouTube, all the top social media things. So thank you for joining me today. Today I am going to do book club first because like I told y'all, when I have a guest that goes with one of my segments, I like to have them on first. And today I have a book by a gentleman named Philip Buddha Fuoco. It's a children's book called Andre Learning Hairstyling. And Philip is here to talk about his book and his brother, who the book is about, and how he did grow up to become a hairdresser. Philip, welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. So, tell me about the book and your brother and why you decided to write it.
Okay, basically, my brother and I were born in this. He always had to work with hair. He was passionate with hair, a little boy. And, he found creative ways. Uh, first, no, late 1950s. There weren't many who wanted to see it. But,
Okay, I'm having trouble hearing and understanding you. I don't know why it does that. Is it possible for you? Can you go ahead? Go ahead with your story. So let's see if it clears up.
yeah, so basically, it was looked up, bad upon boys being, but he found ways to work and practice. Uh, he was his own person. He didn't let people beat him down.
He,
Uh, this, when we immigrated to America,
okay, I'm going to ask you to maybe disconnect from this and call me on the station line on the number that I gave you because I can't understand you and I don't know what's going on.
okay,
Okay? I'm sorry for that, but if you could just give me a call right back on that number I gave you, the 313-355. So nice to see you.
thank you. I'll call you on the phone.
Okay, so that's better. I can hear you now. Go
Oh,
ahead.
really?
Yep,
Okay.
I hear you now. There we go.
I have the phone closer. That's the problem.
Okay, there
You
we
still
go.
hear me good? Okay.
I hear you good now.
I got my glasses on, so I'll take them off. All right. So basically, like I was saying, he had a passion and a dream to be a hairstylist. He found creative ways to try and work with hair. One of the items was a string mop that he used to play in comb and brush. And then, he wanted, because the string mop was, very thick strings, it was hard to style and play with. So he found some strings my dad used to use, to tie sacks with, and he basically cut a bunch of strings and tied one end and took apart all the individual uh, strands, and it was easier to play with and comb and brush. And he would style it certain ways, and then again he wanted to work with real hair.
Right. So it's a quick read. It's a cute little story about a little boy that wants to do hair and how you and your siblings laughed at him, but it didn't deter him from his dream. And I need you to talk a little bit about who he ended up working for and some of the celebrities that he ended up working on.
Right. So while in Italy, he did get it with a hair salon, and he learned a lot more there. And then we immigrated to America,
Hmm.
and he got his license and all. He became a professional hairstylist, salon, and he became a full mix.
I don't know what's going on. It's doing it again. So,
Can you hear me now?
yep.
So again, after we immigrated to America, he got a job as in a hair salon, and he got his licenses. He became, a professional well known.
Right. He was
He,
Paul Mitchell trained, right?
yes, he became a team member of Paul Mitchell. They used to
And
put,
that's a big deal. Paul Mitchell was a big deal. He had hair salons all over the world, didn't he?
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So
And he actually used to train other hairstylists, in the process of doing hair and different items.
okay, so the book is called Andre Learns Learning Hairstyling. And to grow up, like you said, this is when he was 6, right? 6 years old. Uh,
Yes,
and to most kids, we might think of when we're little, what we want to be, but for him to actually do it is amazing. And like I said, him being Paul Mitchell trained, that means he was very talented. And you told me that he worked on celebrities, including Farrah Fawcett Major.
yes, Farrah Fawcett and Lori Loughlin, many famous models.
And they
Um,
had Farrah Fawcett had beautiful hair. It was a thing going around for a long time. Everybody wanted their hair done like Farrah Fawcett. I think I might have even did a couple of flips like Farrah Fawcett. So that was your brother, and I like that. That was amazing. And we talked about if you could Google him. I did Google him, and I found and read a few things about him, and I saw a picture, and you look like him because he's the oldest, so you look like him a little bit from the picture that I found of your brother.
yes, he was a great person, very well known in Long Island. He used to go to California a lot, in Florida, to people's once. He had a client whose husband got transferred.
Okay, so it's doing it again. I don't know what you were doing.
Can you hear me?
Yep, there we go.
Yeah. So like I was saying, he had a client whose husband got transferred to Scotland from his job. And she didn't like anybody who did her. They just couldn't do it the way.
He did it. Yep, I get it. So tell us, you did this to honor your brother. You said he passed. How long ago did he pass?
He passed in 1994.
Okay. So you did this. What made you write it now, or had you had it in the works and you're just now putting it out now?
Well, I never considered myself a writer.
Hmm.
Written some poems here and there. I was always busy working, doing side, because I had a household. And recently, 5 years ago, and I
You
started.
retired.
Yeah, I retired from my job. I started thinking about writing actually a book about my family. But then, I want to write about my brother, to do a tribute to him. And that's, how I got the idea. And a friend of mine also wrote a couple of children's books. And saw how she did it on Amazon. So, wow, I could do that.
You could
And
do that. Mm-hmm.
wrote it and I published it on Amazon.
Right. Well, like I said, it's a cute read. I think it's inspiring for a child to see this, especially. See, you didn't. I don't think you added anything about how he. You should have. And I'm not telling you how to do your stuff, but you should have prefaced this, or maybe afterwards, that his story that he did become a hairdresser. That's what's missing.
No,
Because I asked you, did he grow up to do it? I was, interested to learn. So maybe next book you'll.
yeah, that's exactly. I have a sequel coming, that I'm writing where he actually, works at on and has a few. Goes through the process. I have one or two more sequels that I want to write about him, and that's why I didn't put it in.
Okay. We're getting that feedback again. I don't know what it is. So guys, it's available on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, other places. Goodreads, I think I saw.
Yeah, any stores who might be interested, it's on Ingram Park.
Ingram Sparks for stores to get it out to you. But they can order it from Amazon. I mean, I know the Amazon deal. I know you don't get much from it, but yeah. So if you want to pick up a copy for your grandbabies, for your kids, I think, what's the age range that you think this would fit? A 6 year old, maybe?
I've had people who bought the book tell me that 14-month-old baby, you get read it to him every night. He has the word Andre and read it quick from 2 to 8.
Okay, it's doing it again. I don't know what's going on. There, try it again.
I've been told by people who bought the book to have the 14 months old that they read the book to them every.
Oh, okay. But and that's fine. But I like for the kids to pick it up, and I like for the kids to read to me. So they can. So I would say a 6 year old would be a good child to get this book for. But you're right. You can read it to the child. You're absolutely right. There's no reason why you can't read it to them. And then by the time they get older, they will. Be able to read it back to you if you're reading it to them from 14 months old. I say it's a great gift for Christmas. I'd say that you picked a great way to honor your brother. And I'm really fascinated by the fact that he actually did grow up to do what it was he set out to do. And especially that he knew from 6 years old that that's what he wanted to do.
Yes, I agree. He was
Right.
very talented.
Very talented. And do you have sisters? Do you have sisters?
Yeah, I have 3 sisters and another brother.
They
They were,
didn't let. Did the sisters let him do their hair?
uh, yes.
He didn't get to do your hair because if
No, he used to do my hair, my wife's, my kids' hair, my
oh wow, he was just the family hairdresser. But I'm saying like when you guys were coming up, he didn't get at your sisters.
oh,
So
after we came to America and he became I started doing our hair.
okay.
Gave my first
His what now?
he gave my kids their first haircut.
Oh, okay. And so at first though he taught himself. So when you guys came to America, did he went to cosmetology school?
Yes and no. And from what I am told, because I was really young, my, he took my sister to the place where they do the area there that he could do the work. He knew all about hairstyling. So he
No.
worked with my sister's hair, and they saw that he knew what he was doing, and they liked what.
Oh, okay, okay. I have to do a station break. You're watching WJZZ Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching WJZZ Cool TV because it is the coolest station in the world. Okay, so I am talking with Philip Buddha Fuoco. Wait, say it again.
Busta Fuoco.
Butta Fuoco. I like that. Say your brother's name in Italian for me. You said it was Andrea?
In Italian, it was Andrea.
Andrea. Okay. All right. Okay, so tell us again where it's available. Amazon, Barnes& and Noble, Goodreads, and a lot of retailers, right?
Rams Park, where stores and libraries do search.
Okay. How's it? I don't want to get in your business, but how's it going? How are your sales going?
Uh, you know, they're selling a little bit, not too much. I haven't really promoted it. So really this was, um, not many people know about the book. I'm not the type of person who goes out and promotes a lot. I'm not good with social media. So, but it's
Okay. Well, I mean, we all have to start somewhere, and this was a good start for you, and it does something. It honors your brother as well. So, I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you for sending the book. My youngest grandchild is like 8, so it might be a little juvenile for him, but I'm going to give it to him anyway, or we are going to just keep it here at the station so other people can see it. And I do appreciate you. It was a pleasure talking with you. And when you get your next book, reach out, and I'll have you back on for that one.
It was good. Thank you very much. I appreciate you putting me on.
No problem. Happy holidays to you and your family, and enjoy the rest of your day, okay?
Thank you. Same to you.
All right, thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So, y'all, yeah, we are going to move on from that. So, really what my topic is for today, but like you know I say, when I have a guest on, I put them on first so they don't have to sit around or whatever. Today I want to talk about depression during the holidays. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because two of my friends lost their spouses this year. And depression during the holiday is real hard on people. And like I said, they lost their husbands, and this is their first holiday season without they are without their spouse, and it's hard on them. My one friend for Thanksgiving, I saw her on Facebook, and she was like, "This is hard. I don't know what I'm going to do." How, and nobody wants to see that from their friend, and it was like they were together for a long time. You spend 30 years or so with somebody, then they're just not there. And I know that they are not the only ones dealing with this. And what do you do? How do you help them is one of the issues. They're not the only ones dealing with this type of loneliness, sadness, the feeling of isolation, grief, and depression. And the holidays are the times that this hits people the hardest, okay? And some people end up losing their sense of being because they don't know what to do. And people don't want to say anything about how they're feeling, and you don't know how they're feeling because they won't tell you anything because they think they're being a burden to you. And you know how we are. We keep things to ourselves, thinking we're being strong, and then you add that to something that they named years back, but it's still recent because we didn't have this when we were growing up, but it was something. Seasonal affective disorder, with the cold and the darkness coming, earlier, like 5 o'clock. It's a depressing time during this time of year. It's dark. You wake up, it's dark. You leave for work, it's dark. You come home, it's dark. If you get up at 6 or 7 o'clock and you come home at 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, it's dark outside. And that's what it is. It's just dark. It's just a dark time of year. And, people who have experienced a loss and then they're sad by this time of year and all of that other stuff, then you add that to stuff you and your spouse might have did at 5 o'clock. Maybe y'all went for a walk at 5 o'clock or whatever. Now you have a tendency to just lay around and think and think. And we all know that our thoughts can mess us up. And the loss of a loved one with the dark depressive time of year and your thoughts in your mind, and it can hit you hard, especially if this is the first holiday without your spouse. So what can you do to combat loneliness and depression? Well, continue to do some of the things that you did before you lost your spouse. Things you did with them, continue to do them. And like if you guys used to go to the mall and go walking or whatever, continue to do that. You'll be out, you'll be getting some exercise, which is good for you on so many levels. Go out with your friends. Don't just sit in the house being sad. Being around others is a great mood enhancer. You could find a new hobby, learn something you always wanted to do, to learn. Go out to some of the seniors centers. They have things that they do. They have dancing and they play cards. And no, you. Some people feel, well, I shouldn't be out having a good time because my spouse is no longer with us. That's not true, and you should not feel guilty for that, okay? I know these are not cure-alls, but they can help. And the main thing you should or could do. And these are things that you should or could do if you just can't shake the sadness. Is to seek help. The main thing you should do is seek help. You may be clinically depressed, and you may need to see a doctor. But don't just sit there and be sad and not deal with it. Oh, I don't want to say nothing. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You are the holidays is already depressing. You don't have enough money. Can't get everybody anything. People feel like that. So don't do that to yourself. If you feel that you are not doing well in this situation after the loss of someone, or even regardless during the holidays when it's sad anyway. Some people are lonely and depressed. Uh, do something about it, okay? Last year, it's funny now, but it wasn't funny at the time. Last year, we were at my aunt's block club Christmas party, okay? And the guy sitting next to me, we were going around talking about what we were thankful for and what we were looking forward to for the holidays. And he says, I'm not thankful for nothing. I'm sad and I'm depressed and I want to end it all. And that kind of put a damper on the situation. And, when people get to talking like that, you get to thinking, is he about to take us all out? Because that's what everybody that was down there thought after we talked about it later. We thought he was about to do us all in. Well, me being who I am, I was sitting next to him and I grabbed his hand because he not finna stab me first or shoot me first because I got his hand. I grabbed his hand and I says, baby, it's going to be all right. And I think, and my cousin said she thinks too, that when I did that, just the touch of my hand kind of calmed him down a little bit. He was crying. And, that loneliness will get you. And I don't know what his situation was, but he, that was a shocker for somebody to say that because you don't expect people to say that. And especially in a party setting, that he just said, hey, I don't want to live anymore. And that is real. And I really think he felt that. And this was the first time that he spoke that like that to people. But, he's okay. He was okay the next couple of days. My cousin checked on him. Her brother, who doesn't live here, he said that sometimes the guy gets like that. He lives a lonely, isolated life. But a lot of people can't handle that type of life. And again, I say you add that with the seasonal affective disorder, the darkness, the loneliness. These things will get you. So, there are ways you can help someone is to reach out and pay attention to what's going on with them, the way things they're saying, the way they are acting, and be honest with them. If they don't seem to be doing well, tell them. You may need to see somebody, sweetie. Now, let me say this. There is no time limit on grief. And you can't tell somebody that they should be over it by now. I'm saying if they are not functioning, they may need help. They may need help if they're not functioning. And you know the difference. If they used to be, I talked to my one friend that lost her husband. I talked to her yesterday, and I told her that I was talking about this today. And she said, and I said, you seem like you're doing okay. And she was like, if she could, she would sit in that house and do absolutely nothing because she just don't want to, but she keeps pushing on. And I commend her for that because you don't be with somebody for 30 years or more and then they're just gone and you just pick up and move on. It's just, it just don't go like that. So if the person is not functioning, you may need to be honest with them and tell them, hey, you might need to seek some help, okay? Something you want to say, you want to comment, you want to talk about it. If you're feeling lonely, or whatever, you want to talk to me, give me a call, 313-355-6018. Pick up the phone, call me. We are here for you. Like I said, this is a judgment-free zone. If you are feeling sad, say that. Tell somebody. The help is out there, period. It's help out there. And there are things that you could do that don't nobody need to know what you're doing. But there's no shame in seeking help. Please don't think that. And I think a lot of times I don't want nobody to know that I'm crazy because that's what people gonna say. That I don't want them knowing that I got a pro. Don't do that. Reach out, get the help you need. Call a friend. I would rather you call me at 3 in the morning or whatever to talk to me because you're sad and lonely and you need somebody to talk to than to go to your funeral or something like that where you feel you just can't take it any longer. So if you need to call me at 3 in the morning, now mind you, when you wake me up at 3 in the morning, I talk a little crazy, so you might get some craziness from me, but I'm there. I'm gonna be there. So if you want to talk to me here, 313-355-6018. Okay. Yeah. So don't sit there and suffer in silence. You're watching the Unique Truth Show with Char J, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like us, follow us, share us, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Okay, things that don't seem right. Okay, so yesterday I caught the bus downtown. And I know people that are listening that know me are like the things like, you did what? I caught the bus downtown, okay? And I have to admit, I enjoyed it, all right? Saw some sights, met some people, you know, it was different. But, when you're driving, you can't look at stuff and see stuff. And I don't think I have been on the bus since, like the 80s. And I'm okay with that. I don't got to do it again. It was a choice to do that. And I'll tell you why in a second. I don't want to have to do it again. And, for a long time, I haven't been on the bus. Wow. I think it was the 80s. I don't remember riding the bus in the 90s. So it had to be in the mid 80s, okay? Now, why was I on the bus, you say? All right. I had business to take care of, and parking is absolutely ridiculous. The cost of it, trying to find it, it is so stupid down there. And I blame the mayor of Detroit. Because I had to go take care of some, used to work for the city business, paperwork, used to work for the city of Detroit paperwork, and I had to go downtown. First off, you need to move that damn office from downtown. Put it somewhere where old people like myself and the people that I met in the elevator that were like, first thing out the guy's mouth when I got in the elevator and he found out, it was three other people in the elevator. And it was a guy and a lady, and they first thing out their mouth, where'd you park? I said, I caught the bus. And they were like, wow, okay, yeah, I could have did that too. And so what I did was I went to a central location. I stopped, put the car at the gas station, asked the guy, told the guy, hey, I got to run downtown. I don't want to pay for parking. He was like, cool. He put the camera on my car. He was like, I got you. Okay. So like I said, I had to go down there to take care of some city paperwork. And he put the office downtown, so you absolutely have no choice to go down there. And the parking structures that are close to the building where you put the crap at, the prices are ridiculous. I went down there the day before, and somebody where I was going the day before, they paid for my parking. But do you know my parking would have been $25? $25? Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. And you are gouging people, and you are letting them gouge people. He probably getting kickbacks, but you probably getting kickbacks because technically I don't see where the city is getting any of that money. And then they've got it where you have to put your credit card in. All right. That's ridiculous because my first credit card, it said I had insufficient funds. Now that makes me wonder, how much were you trying to hold on to? Because a lot of places hold on to a certain amount, but how much were you trying to hold on to? Because in order for that to say insufficient funds, you were trying to block over, because I had way more. When I got home, I immediately checked. I had way more than $25 on there, not even close to insufficient funds. This credit card is a little, I had about $750 on there. So I want to know why it said insufficient funds. And I like to use that credit card because the one that I ended up using was the one that's attached to my bank account. I did not like that, but I had no choice because I'm not walking 8, 9 blocks. Well, first off, that's the lot they told us to use because they was gonna give it back. But I'm not walking no 8, 9 blocks. I'm old, and that building, oh, from the I don't even know how to maneuver down there that well anymore. That's one thing. But like I said, I caught the bus. It was an adventure to say the least. And I say he put that building down there, and we old people, and because we're going to fill out our closing our end of service reports, documents and stuff. So majority of us are over 60. Well, all of us are over 60, really. And that guy that asked me where I parked, he looked like he might have been 70 something years old. Okay, and then we have to try and maneuver those parking garages with their modern technology. Most of us don't know jack about the stuff that stuff. And there was, like I said, the people in the elevator, they were they were frustrated and tired. I could tell just from trying to get to the place where he makes us have to go. Move that damn building from downtown so we can go somewhere else. Put it on a street where you got lot parking. We shouldn't have to pay for parking to come take care of business for a city, with the city, a place where we helped you build. That's the part that pisses me off. I gotta come down here and struggle to go take care of my business where you told me to go take care of my business. Okay. And I know the current administration in the city don't care about the people who used to work hard and run this city, because he cut our pensions in the first place. But that's a whole nother story. But like I said, these garages, they gouging us. And I don't even see how people go down there and call themselves having a good time. Oh, we going down to the ice skate rink. I ain't going to none of that shit because it's too hard to park and it costs too much. I'm not paying that. I'm not paying that. I got to give you $25 to park. Then I got to pay for the event. No, I'm not doing it. And if I park far away, I'm not walking no 5, 10 blocks either to go do this stuff. So, I won't be participating in your city activities. I don't care how nice it look down there. It just ain't worth it to me. Like I said, I would have had to walk like 20 blocks away to go to a place where I am forced to go to fill out my used to work for the city paperwork. And like I said, I bet the city don't even get a dime of that money from those overpriced parking garages. So stupid. So stupid. Anyway, that was my rant for today. But I'm sure other people feel like that because it's hard. It's hard. Okay? All right. So, things I saw on social media. So this week, I wasn't on social media. I was on the bus walking down. Oh, I did have to walk about 3 blocks because the bus stop. So if you're from here, you'll know what I'm saying. I had to walk from the city county building down to like in front of the Rensen. So maybe about the equivalent of 2.5 blocks. It was cold yesterday, but I had on enough clothes. But the wind was blowing, so I did get a little cold. But other than that, I had a good time on the bus. All right, the bus is different from when I used to catch it back in the '80s. You get a little pass. You pay $2. You get a transfer, and you can use that transfer for 4 hours. You can go back where you came from, back again for 4 hours with your $2. And I think for $5, you can get a 24-hour pass. I think that's what it said. I ain't trying to get too familiar with the bus because I don't want to be on there like that. Because while I was riding, I was like, oh, I think I could get a senior discount card. I don't need that. I'm just, that's just how my mind works. I'm on the bus. I should be able to get a senior discount card. But no, I won't be using that. Thank the Lord. I don't have to do that. Okay. Okay. So things I saw on social media. So this week I wasn't on social media that much. I didn't see anything that piqued my interest enough for me to talk to you guys about it. So I want to talk about the things we'll get into over the next few weeks. The new year is upon us, and people be making their New Year's resolutions. First off, I don't make resolutions. I try to find something that I want to learn to do that year. Yeah, like 1 year, I want to learn how to tap dance. I ain't got to that one yet, but it's coming. I learned how to sew. I learned how to swim. I learned how to speak French. These are things that I wanted to do. So there are classes out there. You don't have to pay. Some of the stuff is super cheap. Something if you've always wanted to learn to do, go do it. Don't you don't even have to wait for New Year's. Uh, like I said, if you're lonely and depressed, find a new hobby, something you want to learn. I learned how to sew. I'm not the best at it. I can't sew a button straight on the machine. Yeah, I cheat. I put buttons on and put snaps to make it look like it's a button, but it's not a button because I don't like to make buttonholes. But I've learned how to speak French, tout parle français, un petit peu. So stuff that's a little bit. That's all I know. And some of y'all are like she asked the question and answered it. I did. So I do know a little bit. I can get us safe if we're in France. So when we go to France, we will. I got us a little bit. I can get us a room, some food. I can get us the police. I can get us some help. I can get us around a little bit. Okay. Learned how to swim. I can't swim the ocean, but I ain't gonna drown either. I know how to not drown, and these are things that I'm very proud of. And eventually, I will get to the tap dancing. That's always been the one that I want to do. So I never could find a class. I think I found a class, but now I don't have the time. Okay. But everybody makes resolution. Everybody wants to lose weight, save money, get a new job, get a new boo. And we're going to get into all of that over the next year. Whatever it is, we'll get into it over the next few months, okay? January, things start new. February, we'll look for love. We'll find out. We'll talk about love. January, we're going to talk about our diets and stuff and our health and stuff like that. In March and February, we'll get into our finances. We'll get our finances tight because y'all know how I am about tax time balling and the way y'all waste that refund check, okay? Every year, y'all get a refund check. Y'all waste it. So the next few weeks and months, diet and exercise and how it affects our health, our mood. It enhances your mood. It affects you. It enhances your mood. It shapes your body. We'll get into that. It shapes your body. It enhances your mood. Keeps your sex drive going. And you know what I always say, diet and exercise to keep that thing hard and to keep that kitty wet. And so for no other reason at all, you should exercise. If for no other reason than that, the thing is hard, the kitty is wet, your sex life is good. And yeah, so I'm going to get into it as well. And I know I need to lose weight, and I'm going to put myself on front and tell y'all my story, my business, as I'm trying to do it. We're going to get into that because I'm not going to sit here and tell you to do some shit, and I ain't doing it myself. And I am doing it. It's just not working as well as I would like for it to work, but I'm doing it. I don't eat a lot of junk. Every now and then I'll eat a cookie. Because cookies are delicious. So I'll eat a cookie, but I don't. I try not to eat anything processed. I try to eat a majority of fruits and vegetables. I don't eat meat. I eat fish and seafood. So I'm going to put myself out here as well. We could do it together. I'm not going to sit here and tell you need to lose weight when and I don't, because I need to lose weight too. We all know I need to lose a couple pounds, but that's okay. I'm working on it, all right? And I've got every piece of exercise equipment that there is. There's no damn reason why I should be fat, but you add age into it, and I'm not making excuses. You add age into it and the pain that I have, but I'm going to work through it and around it, and I'm going to do what needs to be done. And if I don't do what needs to be done, you guys can put me on, call me and talk about me. Hey, you ain't lost no weight either, fatty. Okay, we could talk about it. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to judge you. Don't you judge me. But if I ain't doing it and I said I was, put me out, call me out, okay? We can, like I said, we can do it together. And as for our money, I hate it. I hate it when you tax time ball. Absolutely hate that. It's a waste of money. Some of you get thousands of dollars every year and you spend it on bullshit, making somebody else rich, like Nike, Hennessy, Cartier, but you walking and have no savings or anything to show for it. I don't like that. I do not like that. We can do better. Now, I'm not saying don't buy yourself something because you've been working all year. You're like, damn, I can't spend $300 on myself. Yes. Yes, you can, and you should. Matter of fact, if you got 2,500, go and blow that $500, but put that $2,000 to use. Don't spend all that money on shit that you don't need. I bought me 5 pair of Nikes that you walking in, dumbass. And forgive me, but that's just how I feel about it. You don't have life insurance. You don't have a car, but you've got somebody else's product on your back. Spend that money on making your own damn product. Do something to benefit you. Do something to create generational wealth. Don't just do stupid, frivolous stuff with that money. Some of you get, I know some that get $8,000-$9,000 a year. I got 3-4 babies, work, you get 8. Put that money to good use. Get some life insurance for you and those children, so your mama not trying to do a GoFundMe. GoFundMe is not a burial plan. Come on now. She not trying to sell dinners or mortgage her house to do that. So think a little bit more with that money. And honestly though, for the most part, y'all know that that's not a gift. For the most part, that's not something that they gave you. That is a refund. Refund. That meant that it was already yours. They refunded it back to you because you let them take too much of the money out during the year when you could use that. So if you're letting them take out $200 too much every week, that's $200 that could be in your check every week. The object is to keep as much of your money as possible and not owe them anything at the end of the year. Find you a tax professional that will help you and guide you into having more money in your pocket through the year and getting a smaller refund at the end of the year, because we can't wait. So if you every year you're missing $200, and this is just an estimate, you're missing every week you're missing $200. So that's $200 that could be groceries, and you wouldn't be straining so much. Your taxes need to level out. So if instead of getting a $4,000 tax return, you would get, let's just say, a $1,200 tax return. However, you have kept 200 of those dollars in your pocket every week. Okay, so that's the difference. Take all of this stuff into consideration. You know, it's something that you could use. You know, would help with your money. We all need help with our money. I'm not going to bore you with this. We'll be coming back to this in the coming months. Okay, you're watching Wjzz Cool TV, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching Wjzz Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. If you want to talk to me, 313-355-6018. We're going to come back to this. I'm not going to keep talking to you about this. I'm going to try to figure out ways to make us all successful. And you know, I will only tell you things that will help us, things that I will follow as well. The objectivity of life, you know, is for you to get the shit that you need at the least, by spending the least amount of money that you have to, and still getting the quality of life that you need. Okay, and that's what I want to try to help. I want us all to be better. This ain't just about me being better. This is about all of us being better. Okay, and that's my goal. So yeah. So book club. You know, I talk with Philip. I talk with authors like Philip because more than anything, promoting literacy is one of the main goals of the WJZZ book club, and I have a short story in the fall winter edition. I'm sorry, you guys be texting me while while I'm on, and I have to see what you guys are talking about because some of that is stuff I can make a comment about. Okay, I have a short story in the fall winter edition of Detroit Stories Quarterly, and Yeah, this is it. It was on Amazon. It was $15. There are other places you can find it, I'm sure. The story is about what I think life would have been like had I had been a slave. The stories in this book are centered around Detroit, and I think they're very interesting. I read it, and every time I get a minute, I sit and I read some stuff. So this was pretty good. Keith Owens has a story in here. F.R. Wilson, R.E. McIntyre Sr., and Marcellus. We've had him on the other show. I may try to get him on my show as well. So like I said, it's I use some accurate Detroit facts about who owned slaves back in the day. Some of these prominent families and streets that we ride on every day. Those people own slaves. I'm not going to tell you about it. Get the book. I spell it out in here, and you'll be like, oh really? Oh really? Yeah. So I do a little history. I mentioned some of the churches that we had used to use for the Underground Railroad. So I think it's something interesting. Like I said, you can find it. You can Google it, because I had to Google it in order to get it. And like I said, it gave me a chance to show that I can write something other than sex. And speaking of sex, Ain't Always for Apple, an erotic adult alphabet book, promoting literacy. So that's my main goal, is promoting literacy. Go to our Facebook page and follow us. And this is where we'll give you information about books that I talk about on here. We'll be giving out information on books that come our way. So you want to send me your book, please do. Philip did. We'll try to help you maneuver through the publishing and world, you know, because it's difficult. Author events will be having book signings, and we'll be inviting people to come and join us for our book signings and stuff. So any way you can help we can help when it comes to books. That's what we'll be trying to do, because combating illiteracy is important. So, like I said, if you want to send me your book, WJZZ Cool TV, care of Charjay, 5470 Shane Street in Detroit, 48211. And when you send your books, ask them for the media rate, because postage is a lot cheaper. Yeah. So don't forget, we do the food drive on 600 East Warren, Plymouth United Church, Reverend Hood's Church. Also, I saw Cass Community Social Services, 313-883-2277, casscommunity.org. They say they have resources that people need to come and get. Food, housing, mental health services. If you're suffering from depression, like I said, call over there. They have job programs, and then they're just trying to help you as best that they can. Okay, my computer has kicked me out, so it's almost time for us to go anyway. The only thing is, hold on, I probably can't play my outro because it kicked me out, which it lasted longer than I did because I didn't plug the computer up the other night. So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here with me every week. I do this for you, to help you, to help us be better in the things that we do. Okay? So, until next time, enjoy the rest of your day, and bye for now. No music to end the show. He probably won't cut me off because he don't hear the music to say cut me off. All right, I'm done though, y'all.